Have you ever tried to give someone genuinely good financial advice, and they actually got mad at you? Like, you show them the math, you show them how they're losing money, and instead of saying thank you, they defend the very thing that's draining their bank account. It's crazy, right? But it happens every single day. Welcome back to Wealthy Stick Mindset. Today, we're keeping it 100% real. We are diving into the psychology of the rat race. We're going to expose why average people fiercely defend the exact habits that keep them broke, stressed, and stuck working until they're 65. Listen closely, because by the end of this video, you might realize you've been defending a few of these yourself, and that's okay. Awareness is the first step to getting rich. Let's get into it. Number 1. The safety illusion. Here's an American classic. Go to school, rack up $50,000 in student loans, get a safe 9-to-5 job, and cling to it like a life raft. When you tell an average person, hey, maybe you should start a side hustle, or maybe relying on one single source of income is actually incredibly dangerous, they look at you like you have two heads. They'll say, but I have benefits. I have a 401k match. It's secure. Is it though? One bad quarter, one change in management, or one AI software update, and that safe job sends you an email on a Friday afternoon saying your role has been eliminated. People defend the 9-to-5, not because it's actually safe, but because of the sunk cost fallacy. They've invested so much time, so much identity, and so much debt into getting that degree and that cubicle, that admitting it's a flawed system feels like admitting their whole life is a lie. They would rather defend a broken system than face the terrifying freedom of building their own wealth. Number 2, keeping up with the Joneses. Let me ask you a question. Why do people who make $60,000 a year drive $50,000 cars? I'll tell you why. Because in our culture, looking rich has become more important than being rich. We call this keeping up with the Joneses. But here's the joke. The Joneses are broke too. They're drowning in credit card debt just like everybody else. When you suggest to someone that maybe they shouldn't upgrade their iPhone every year, or maybe they don't need the luxury apartment downtown, they get super defensive. I work hard. I deserve to treat myself. That word right there. Deserve. The middle class uses the word deserve to justify buying liabilities. The wealthy use the word deserve to justify buying assets. People defend their expensive lifestyles because their ego is tied to their possessions. They are quite literally paying a massive premium in interest rates and lost compound growth just to rent validation from strangers at traffic lights. Number 3, the safe savings trap. This is where the math gets brutal. Average people will put $10,000 into a traditional savings account, earn 0.5% interest, and pat themselves on the back for being financially responsible. But let's look at the macro picture. When the government prints trillions of dollars and true inflation runs at 4, 5, or 6%, your purchasing power is melting like an ice cube in the sun. You aren't saving money. You're losing it, just very, very slowly. Savers are losers isn't just a harsh phrase. It's a mathematical reality. Yet, average people will fiercely defend their savings account because the number on the screen isn't going down. They don't understand that the value of that number is plunging. They are terrified of the volatility of the stock market, so they choose the guaranteed loss of inflation instead. Number 4, the lottery mindset. When the average person finally decides to invest, they don't actually invest. They gamble. They don't want to read balance sheets. They don't care about market caps, cash flow, or macro trends. They want a hot tip. They look for the next meme coin, the next short squeeze, the stock that's going to the moon. They want to turn $500 into $50,000 by next Tuesday. And when they lose it all, they don't take accountability. They blame market manipulation. They blame the hedge funds. They blame the system. They defend this gambling habit because understanding real, wealth-building investments takes patience. It's boring. And patience doesn't give them that quick dopamine hit they're addicted to. Wealth is built quietly over decades, but they want the fireworks today. Number 5, demonizing the wealthy. You see it all over social media. The narrative is always the same. Rich people got lucky. The system is rigged against me. Now, is the system perfect? Heck no. But here is the unfiltered truth. Complaining about the rules of the game doesn't put money in your pocket. Learning the rules and playing them better than anyone else does. When average people see someone highly successful, it makes them uncomfortable. Why? Because if that guy, who came from the same background and had the same 24 hours in a day, became a millionaire, what's your excuse? It's a tough pill to swallow. So, the average mind creates a villain. By demonizing wealth, they give themselves psychological permission to stay broke. If being rich makes you a bad person, then staying poor makes you a good person. It's a comforting lie they tell themselves to sleep better at night. And finally, number 6, confusing entertainment with execution. We live in the golden age of information. You can learn how to build a business, analyze markets, or start a side hustle, all for free, right here on YouTube. But what do most people do? They binge watch day in the life of a millionaire videos while eating fast food they put on a credit card. They consume financial content as entertainment, not education. When you push them to actually execute, to open that brokerage account, to write that business plan, they throw up a wall of excuses. Now is not a good time. The market is too volatile. I need more capital. They defend their inaction because taking action means risking failure. And to the average mindset, failing is worse than never trying at all. Look, if any of this triggered you, good. That means you're waking up. The system relies on you defending these habits. But you're watching this channel, which tells me you are not average. You're ready to break the cycle. You're ready to start building the quiet, invisible wealth that actually matters. If you're ready to adopt the wealthy stick mindset, hit that subscribe button right now. Leave a comment down below saying no excuses so I know who the real action takers are. Until next time, stay sharp, build assets, and stop defending the habits that keep you broke. I'll see you in the next one.